Okay, everybody, we are now joined by head coach Nate Oats. While they get up, just a reminder, if you have a question, use the raise hand function and we'll unmute you so you can ask your question. Looks like they have them ready to go. So at this time, I'll turn it over to Coach for an opening statement.
Yeah, we're looking forward to playing South Alabama. They're a hard-playing team with a lot of high major players. I mean, if you look at their rotation, almost every one of their kids transferred from a high major school. They're a talented group. You know, I didn't think we were very good defensively in game one. I should say game two, our last game. We've got to improve drastically on that end of the floor. This will give us a good opportunity to see where we're at with all the talented players that South Alabama has. I think Coach Riley's done a good job accumulating good talent, getting them play hard, play together. You know, they were up on the road at Wichita State, a really good team. So I think they're going to be a quality game for us again. So our guys going to have to come ready to play.
All right, we'll go ahead and take a few questions. Go ahead, Charlie, you can start.
Yeah, Coach, just do you have an update on Juwan Gary? And I know that now he's cleared from that suspension with Alex Chiku. Where's he stand from a health standpoint?
Yeah, Juwan's got a right ankle injury that's day-to-day. Did not practice today. We'll see what he's like tomorrow. Alex Chiku's it's off his suspension. We'll see if he's needed. That's where we're at health-wise.
Nick Kelly, go ahead.
Yeah, you mentioned coming into the year about wanting to see some improvement defensively from JQ and Shaq. What have you seen from them the first two games on the defensive end?
Yeah, I think JQ's getting better defensively. Still needs to improve some. I thought he was great today in practice. I thought he was really locked in. You know, we need to see the same energy he had in practice today in the game tomorrow. He's definitely quick enough, tough enough. He's just got to really make the priority on that end of the floor to be a great defender. So he's not where we need him to be yet, but he's coming. He wants to be a great defender. You know, it's just got to be a high priority. I think the offensive end's come so easy for him for so long because he's, you know, such a talented, skilled player. You know, he puts so much time into his game that he's usually the best player on the floor as far as offensive talent goes. And, you know, he's been that way for a large part of his career, that sometimes with those guys, getting them to really, really lock in on the defensive end is not always, you know, their teams are usually better and they're usually got a lead and it's not as high a priority. Well, now we need it to be. And I think he realizes that, but, you know, we're going to get him there. I really thought he was great today defensively. I thought he was really good.
Michael Cascarande.
Just to be clear on Gary, it wasn't a major injury with the.
No, it was not. I mean, it's going to be a day-to-day. If you know, I would probably say if we're going through all the NFL, it'd be doubtful for tomorrow if we've got all those words used. But he will not be out long term.
Katie Wyndham.
Darius was just saying that this summer in the offseason, he would be in the gym 2 to 3 times a day, getting thousands of shots up a week. How much of that is something that players do on their own, or how much is it it's stuff that the coaching staff kind of encourages?
Oh, we definitely encourage it, but it's got to be on your own. A lot of it, you know, we can only require so many hours. Right now it's 20 hours a week that we can require. So, but like, you know, in the summer we get 8 hours a week. 4 of them are in the weight room. 4 of them are on the floor. If all you're doing is working out the 4 hours on the floor a week, like, you're not trying to be very good. So, you know, all the way up until official practice started and we only get the 4 hours a week in the gym with the guys, like, there's a lot of time that they need to do on their own if they want to be the caliber player that they say they want to be. I think Darius took that to heart. He's been in the gym shooting a lot. I know he's put a ton of time into it. He hit his first 6 threes this year, which has been huge for us. I think he's 6 of 7 currently. So, you know, I tell our guys the hard work's always going to pay off. It's not always going to pay off the next day, the next week, but it'll eventually pay off. And I think he's one of those guys that you just keep shooting all summer, all fall. Eventually it's going to pay off, and it's starting to pay off for him.
Joey Blackwell.
Hey, Coach, you've kind of yourself as a pretty big stats and analytics guy, and I was just curious. Over the first two games, what stats or trends or analytics have stuck out to you over the first week?
You know what? Keon Ellis is plus 63 in 2 games. That's a good stat to stick out. I mean, Darius Miles is plus 32 in the 2 games. That's good. Defensively, our efficiency numbers are not great. I thought we were pretty good for the first 28 minutes in the last game, and then we got an 18-point lead, and we ended up the last 12 minutes. Our efficiency numbers weren't good. I think we were maybe in 0.94 at the half, and then I think we had even dropped it lower than that, if I remember right. Last game we ended up at a 1.11, so the last 12 minutes wasn't great. I mean, when we've got Charles Bediako, Keon Ellis on the floor defensively, our numbers are a lot better. We've got to get some other guys to get their defensive efficiency numbers up. I mean, there's a ton of numbers out there. It's a very small sample size in the first 2 games. So, you'd like to see something over the course of 5-6 games before you start making too many determinations off it. But, I think you can see we're going to be better defensively when Charles is on the floor, when Keon Ellis is on the floor. Darius Miles has given us some really good minutes the first 2 games as well.
All right, we're going to finish up here with Tony Sukalis. Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, Nate, I was talking to some of Charles's old coaches, and they said that they used to kind of tick him off before practice to kind of get him going, or maybe before games. You guys do anything to bring out angry Chuck?
I mean, he's a nice kid. It's hard to purposely make him mad, but if he's not playing hard, we get on him. That tends to make him mad a little bit. So I think I don't myself. I don't know if any of the assistants anything, but I think it's one of those deals where he just kind of has to get a little. Somebody does something to him. Somebody scores on him. Somebody gets a rebound on him. We call him out. Starts to get a little ticked off and starts to show that side. He's like very quiet, well-mannered, super polite, respectful kid. I love him, but I see where the angry Chuck comes from. He's got a side that kind of snaps a little bit. He gets going and gives you that little smile after it's done. He's a fun kid. I mean, he's been great for us. He's a great kid to coach. He does need to play with a little more nasty streaks sometimes, but he's been really, really good for us defensively. All the numbers show it so far. And he's been good for us offensively too. He's finishing at the rim. We got to get him to make his free throws a little bit better, but he's coming along at a great pace. For only being 2 games into his college career, I think he's at a really good spot right now.
All right, thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks.